guess what I have finally gotten around to doing? That's right, my 2021 favorites. And I know what you're thinking, Megan, it's May. I know. But here we are nonetheless. I want to say as well, all the products that I mentioned in my last year's favorites are still like favorites and stuff like that. But I just wanted to highlight the products that I reached for the most last year. So those are still my favorites, but these are also like new favorites. And some of them, I mentioned the same things, especially if I haven't like gotten newer favorites in that area. They're still the same favorites. I will link my last year's favorites or my 2020 favorites, which was like a year and a half ago now. Whoops. Just up here if you wanted to check that out first, because those products, most of them I will not be mentioning again today. I also wanted to mention as well, I am incredibly lazy, and for like the last half of last year, so 2021, the last half of 2021, I have had like most of my makeup in boxes on the floor in my room, and they are still sitting in the same boxes. So there have been things that I love that are sitting in there and that I just have pretty much, I've forgotten about it. If they're in those boxes, I have forgotten about it. Not that they're bad things, it's just that I fished things out at the start of the time that they all went into the boxes, and I just keep using those things. So there is a possibility that I have forgotten things that I absolutely love that have been in those boxes. So the things that I mentioned today are the things that I have just kept using. So probably things that I fished out of the boxes like straight away before they went into boxes, or like things that I kept out that I was using at the time. And because of that, I am still using now and was at the end of the year. I tried to keep this as well only to 2021, so there are new products now that will be in my this year's favorites at the end of this year, which hopefully I will film earlier than May next year. I can't make any promises though, because like this is it's a big video, so I'm just constantly putting it off because I know it's going to take me like a long time to film, and I only have an hour and 12 minutes of memory in my camera, so hopefully I can get this done in that time. So we're going to try and rush through things. We will see how we go. I'm going to start with makeup. Can't start a full face of makeup without primer as far as I'm concerned. And the primer that I most used last year was the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. So this is one of those like skincare primers, and I've said it like before on this channel, I love skincare primers because I feel like it's like doing something as well as like, you know, holding my makeup on. And I just really enjoyed this primer. I enjoyed the smell because it was slightly citrusy, and I enjoyed like the way it felt when I put it on my face. It made my skin feel nice and like hydrated and soft, and I feel like it did a fine job of holding on my makeup as well. I've actually finished this product. I would definitely purchase this again. At the moment I haven't though, just because I have so many primers. Next up is of course foundation, and the one that I have been reaching for the most is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint in the shade 4. This is just like a very light, like serum almost sort of foundation, and I absolutely love it. This is the foundation I always reach for. Like whenever I open my drawer of foundations, this is the one that I get out. I think I purchased this at some point during 2021, and as soon as I bought it, it's like pretty much the only foundation I really like use. 100%, I absolutely love this freaking foundation. Like it's just stunning. It looks nice. It has amazing coverage considering it's so light, and it just, yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything, and it hardly settles in my lines, which is amazing because my smile lines are quite like defined. Like they could become more defined as soon as you put makeup on them, but I feel like with this foundation, like I hardly ever notice them. Next up we have concealers, and I picked two that I'm pretty sure I reached for a lot. Sorry, I'm a bit sketchy on what I reached for the last year because obviously it's like almost 6 months ago now, but I'm still reaching for these quite a bit this year as well. Like I still really enjoy them. The first one is the Makiage Fuck I'm Flawless Multi-Use Perfecting Concealer in the shade 2.5. I really like this concealer. I think it's like really light. It blends out like a damn dream, and it has great coverage, and it just looks like you're almost like not wearing anything. Like it does not look like you're wearing concealer when you blend it out, and it's just really nice. I also got the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. I have mine in the shade 150C. I really enjoy this concealer. I think this one, I feel like it might have a little bit like more coverage than this one. I could be wrong, but I think it looks really nice. It sits on my face really good, and it doesn't usually like sink into my lines as far as I can remember, but I put it on today and I feel like it looks really good. Next up we have powder. I really enjoyed the Rare Beauty Blot and Glow Touch Up Kit, which comes with, boom, this powder puff, which was really cool. I think that's part of the reason I like it so much. Like the powder is stored in this, which I feel like is like super innovative, and I like have really enjoyed using this like throughout last year, and like this year I still use it. I used it today. I have not used these blotting sheets at all, and I really should. I really need to carry this around with me because it's just such a handy little kit, and it's absolutely adorable with its like little mirror as well. As I said, I used this powder a hell of a lot last year. I know I only purchased a lot of the Rare Beauty stuff towards the end of the year, but I did use it a lot, like as soon as I bought it, and I'm still using it now. I also love the Tarte. These are really old as well. Like I've had these for ages. So these are the Tarte Shape Tape setting powders. So I bought this full size one first, and then I bought this one when I went away to Europe. So I've had these open for like a very long time, but I still use them and they still work, and I don't think they do anything bad to my skin, but I just feel like it's a really good loose setting powder. Like it's super light, and for some reason, I think it's because I'm trying to finish them. I've been reaching for them a lot, like in the last year and like the start of this year as well, but I'm really enjoying them, like, and I think it's a really nice powder, so I'm kind of glad that I rediscovered it. So next up we have bronzer, and I think the one that I was reaching for the most last year is this one. I'm pretty sure it's the AESTHETICA Sunset Bronzer, which is just like a nice warm-ish bronze shade. I popped it on today as well. Like obviously I'm trying to wear all these products, well most of them. If I have more than one in like a thing, I'm at least wearing one of them. It's a really nice light powder that blends out so well, that looks beautiful. It's like nice and matte too, which is good for every day. Okay, so my blushes are exactly the same as 2020. They are the Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder Blush in the shade Sweet Pea, which is just like absolutely freaking stunning. I think it's like my perfect nude. It's like a mauvey rosy sort of color, which is like one of my favorite sorts of shades of blush. And also the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Diffused Heat, which is just a stunning shade as well. I've popped them both on today actually. I put this one on first and then I popped this one on top, and this one gave it a bit like extra glow because this one's quite matte. These are like two of my favorite blushes. I love the Flower Beauty blushes. I think they're such a steal. Like they're so cheap and they just pack so much pigment, but this one is just absolutely my favorite. Next up we have highlighter. This one I think I discovered last year or at the end of the year before. It's the Nabla Cosmetics Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder in the shade Ozone, which is just this absolutely freaking stunning shade. I've popped it on now and it like is like so good. It's like so freaking pigmented and it just looks so natural as well. Like it doesn't look like I've got highlighter on my skin, but obviously you can see where I've put it because it's like okay, so now we're up to brows. So this was like my absolute freaking favorite brow pencil. I got it at the end of 2020 and I used it all throughout 2021, so much so that I actually finished it. It is the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP Ultra Fine Brow Pencil and Styler in the shade Medium Brown, and I 100% will repurchase this in the future. Like I absolutely loved it. I don't know if part of the reason I loved it so much was because of the brush. It looks like a tiny little like hairbrush or like even like a toothbrush, and I definitely recommend cleaning it if you have one of these. Like I have not used this in ages because it's finished, but I used it for like a year and I think I cleaned it like once the whole time, but I think obviously it looks pretty filthy at the moment, to be honest with you, but I feel like it would probably hold a decent amount of bacteria. So if you have this, don't forget to wash it, is my advice. But honestly, I don't know why, but I just freaking love this product. Like I felt like it was so easy to use. It was so easy to draw my brows on really like well, like the way that I like them personally. And then you just brush out the product and that's it. It's absolutely freaking just the easiest thing to use. And yeah, like I said before, I will definitely be buying another one of these in the future. I do have a lot of brow products to go through though, so it might take me a little while. And with that, I often used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Gel in the shade Medium Brown. The contract that I worked last year for 6 months, I would often just chuck this in my brows and without drawing them on, because like I tried to make my makeup faster in the morning so that I didn't have to wake up early. It adds a bit of like a tint and holds my brows in place for like a decent amount of time as well, which is really good. Just around the time that I finished this bad boy, I bought the Rare Beauty products, and this was one of the first things that I got. It was the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony Gel and Crayon in the shade Warm Brown. If you've seen me use this in previous videos, you've seen me be like really unsure about it, just purely because the crayon is like super freaking moussey, so it goes on so easily, and it's easy to like overdo your eyebrows. Because it doesn't have like a brush in the product, I didn't used to reach for a brush to brush it out, but I honestly don't believe you can really use this product without going over the top, without brushing it out with like a spoolie brush. This one's filthy. This is the one that I always use. I use this every day now. Like every time I do my makeup, this is the brow product that I use. As soon as I finished that brow MVP, this one was the one that I jumped to. And honestly, I barely use the crayon. Like I use it, don't get me wrong. Obviously my brows wouldn't look this full, but I'm very light-handed with it. And I kind of, sometimes I just like dab it in there like randomly, but you brush it out, and when you brush it out, it just like moves the product around really well. It works because it comes out really creamy, and then you can just like move it around with a brush wherever you need it. And then this gel, honestly, I think is like the best gel I've ever used. Like it holds my brows in place so well, and like it doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything like that. Like I can't feel it on my brows, but like even now my brows are like in place and like tacky, not like super sticky or anything like that, but like, you know, I can feel them like stuck there. And I think it's like actually the best gel that I personally have. Like I think it's better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. I actually really enjoy this product, and I definitely would repurchase it in the future. Now we are up to eyes. So first off, I'm going to talk about this eyeliner just very quickly. This is like one of my favorite eyeliners I have ever used. It just goes on my waterline and tightline. That's where I use it, like to waterline and tightline with, just so smoothly. It's amazing. I have very sensitive eyes that water really easily and get irritated really easily, and I don't know about you, but my waterline and tightline are like incredibly ticklish. So if I have to go over and over with a pencil, it like tickles so much, and that irritates my eyes and makes my eyes water, which is just like messy because your eyes are watering and you've got eyeliner all over your face. So this eyeliner I can use like pretty much once or twice, and it's like my eyeliner is so like black the way I like it, like this. I think it's stunning and I love it. So now, liquid eyeliner. At the start of the year, I was absolutely obsessed with the Haus Laboratories liquid Eye-Lie-Ner in the shade Punk, which is their black shade. It's like a felt tip liner that is just like really precise and really good. And honestly, like it's stunning. And I really like it. It's just that ever since I've gotten this one, this is the only one that I have used. And I didn't get this until like the end of the year really, or well, towards the end of the year. But this is the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Eyeliner Pencil. It's like a brush tip, which took me a bit to get used to, but I freaking love it. It is just so good. It's so precise. The product comes out so easily, and it comes out really well from the tip as well. Like, so sometimes I'll just like trace around like my eye just using the tip, and the product still comes out. I wanted to mention as well, I loved this dual tip eyeliner that I got from a Lumibox. It's like the Garbo and Cali brand. This one has like the crayon at one end, and it has a texture at the other end. This one I really enjoyed, and I think this eyeliner is really good. I need to like snap the top bit off though, because now whenever I use it, because it's like a weird point, I find it like incredibly ticklish. But before it was a weird point, it was like really good for me to use on my eyes. I don't know how I've managed to get it into a weird point. But anyway, I love 2-in-1 products like this, where they have one product on one side and one product on the other side, because they're like really good for traveling, especially like eyebrows and like brow products, like the Rare Beauty brow product that I like. But I always find one side finishes before the other, and every time I have an eyeliner like this, I run out of the inky side before I run out of the crayon side. So then it's like you have to keep it to use this, and this I used every freaking day because I loved this texture and I felt like it was so easy to use, but the texture ran out of ink. So I haven't reached for it as much. I like this side, but it's just because it doesn't have the texture. I always like forget to reach for like this now, but it was a really good product and I did really like it. So I wanted to put that in because like it was a favorite of mine because I was reaching for it non-stop enough that I ran out of texture. So next up I've got eye primer. I chose the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion for this one. It's the anti-aging one. I'm not sure how it works on the anti-aging front. Like I don't think I've noticed a difference with my eyelids or anything like that, but I really like this eyeshadow primer. I had the Eden one before this, but the Eden one is like expired and I think it works really well. It's thinner than the Eden one, so it doesn't have as good a like lid coverage, but I still think it like works really, really good for like putting my makeup on and holding my eyeshadow onto my face. So I'll definitely repurchase this. I'm not sure if I would try a different shade though, just because like I like trying the different shades. So I might actually, next time when I get one, I might go for original because I want to see what original is all about. Because now I've tried Eden and I've tried anti-aging, and so now I need to try the original shade. So now we have my eyeshadow palette that I liked, and this one was like tended to be the one that I reached for the most last year. I feel like I didn't go out that much and I didn't do like a full face of makeup that much apart from like with you like doing these videos. But if I went away or if I like slept over at people's houses and did my makeup there, this was always the palette that I took with me. I really like the shades. Like it's got a perfect like natural sort of side, and then it's got fun colors. Those are sort of colors that I like to add in. Like usually if I add like a pop of color, I will always go for a purple or like a greeny sort of like aqua color. Even today I chucked on that aqua shade just under my lower lash line. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but I just felt like adding a pop of color like when I use this palette today. You can obviously see I've used these two shades a lot. Like I often will mainly use these two shades and these two shades, but like the mattes are great in this palette and that's why I usually take it, but those shimmers are just absolutely stunning. And like that's one of the reasons why I like it so much, just because like you put them on like, and I put them on with a brush, which usually with shimmers I'll put them on with my finger because it applies them better, but I put these ones on with a brush today and it just looks absolutely stunning. And I feel like it's just like a nice sort of like natural look as well. Like you can get so many different looks from this one palette and it's just a really good palette if you ask me. Like I think it's absolutely stunning. Okay, so now we have mascara, and I have said so many times on this channel how I have issues with my under eyes with mascaras. I just get like usually like black all under my eyes, like panda eyes. And I really like a lot of mascaras, but a lot of them tend to run under my eyes. So even if I put them on and I'm like, oh, this is really impressive, my eyelashes look amazing, like I'll look in the mirror like an hour or two later and then it's just like smudges of black under my eyes. And I was so impressed with this mascara because the first time when I bought it, I put it on and I put it to the test. I went out to dinner with my friends and it was like 30 something degrees. So it was so hot, 30 something degrees Celsius. That's why it was hot. So it was so hot and I was just sweating. And I remember being like, oh my God, I'm sweating so much. My under eyes must look atrocious. And then I looked in the mirror and I didn't even have anything under here. And I was just like, how? There was like a swimming pool level of like sweat on my face that day. I was out to dinner. I wasn't even doing anything. It was just so hot in the restaurant that we were at that it was just like sweat. And I remember even being like, my under eyes feel sweaty. Like it was so strange. But anyway, I'll tell you what it is. It is the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes volumizing mascara in black, and it is absolutely stunning. This is the travel size one as well, so I'm definitely going to buy the full size version in the future. But honestly, it has been so impressive, like I said before, on my under eyes, and I actually feel like it's the best mascara I've found that doesn't run under my under eyes, that makes my eyelashes look the nicest. It makes them look really like long, fluttery and volumized, and I love the way it makes my eyelashes look, and I love the fact that it doesn't run under my eyes. With setting sprays, my favorite ones were still the same in 2020 for most of the year, and then I discovered my two favorite setting sprays at the end of 2021. So the first one is the Rare Beauty, of course, Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. And it's absolutely adorable. It smells so good. It has a very, very good like mist. Like look at that, it's so fine. And it feels like so good on your skin. Like it looks amazing too. And it's just absolutely stunning. However, after I tried this one, I discovered this one, which has actually been out for longer and most people probably know about. This one is the Fenty Beauty Baby What It Do Travel Size Makeup Refreshing Spray. Somehow this thing has like an even finer mist. This is the reason I like this one better. So this one feels lovely spraying on your face, and so does this one. But this one, it's just like the molecules of the liquid that touch your face dry so freaking fast, and that's why I like it, because I'm always running late. Whenever I do my makeup to an event, I'm always like running late, so I don't have time to like dry my face. So this, I just like, and then like my face dries so quickly and I don't have to wait around, and like I can like drown my face in it and it just dries so much faster than you think it will. And I think it's just purely because somehow it is so fine, and I am 100% gonna buy the bigger version of this, but also I think I'm gonna keep this bottle because I'll just top it up, you know, to travel with, because it's like a really good travel friendly size. And like this has lasted me a long time, and I use this one like all the time. I popped this one on today, and it does like add like a bit of extra dewiness to it as well. And also this one is actually called Baby What It Do because it's like the travel size. The full size one is just called What It Do, as in like dew. What it do, what it do, what it do. I don't know. Honestly, 100% this is like my favorite, I think, ever setting spray. Ever. Okay guys, apparently I forgot to type in my favorite lip product, which I'm not gonna lie, as I said before, I really didn't go out a lot last year. In Melbourne, we were in lockdown for a lot of the year. I honestly don't remember what I like put on my lips, especially for the first half of the year. I feel like I was just using my favorites from the previous year, which was like a lot of the House Laboratories crayons. And this lip product I obviously only got towards the end of the year when Rare Beauty first came out in Australia, but like if I'm like running out the door, I will just grab this every freaking time. This is like my favorite like liquid lipstick. I'm wearing it right now. It is just so comfortable. It looks lovely. I love the color. It's like sort of like a mauvey nude, but like kind of deeper. It goes on so easily. It looks lovely, and I love it so much. I love the soft touch packaging too. Like it's so nice. So next up, I selected a few of my favorite brushes. 2 of them are foundation and 2 of them are blush, but these ones are like my favorite ones to use. So the first one is the It Cosmetics 2020 Heavenly Luxe Love is the foundation brush. I love putting my foundation on with this, and it works so easily. However, when Rare Beauty came out, they also released their makeup brushes, and they are some of my favorite brushes. This brush is amazing. It is so soft. It just, yeah. It's just so freaking good. It puts my makeup on so lovely, and it's absolutely filthy right now, so I haven't used it in a little while because I really need to clean it. But this one, I honestly think this is actually my favorite one now. I think it's beating the It Cosmetics one. And you can get this one all year round, whereas the It Cosmetics one you can only buy like once a year because it's limited edition and it's only released in, I think, in October for America, and in Australia I'm pretty sure it comes out sometime at the start of the year, but it didn't come out in Australia this year. I haven't gotten the 2021 brush, which I'm really disappointed because like I like collecting them and they're absolutely like adorable. Like, look at these love hearts, like so cute. I have had my eye out for it since the start of the year in Australia, and I haven't been able to find it. Let me know if you've gotten it in Australia and where you got it. Please tell me, because I would like to purchase it if it's still available, because like to add it to my brush collection. The blush brushes that I love are both It Cosmetics. Like It Cosmetics brushes are so expensive, but they are like a whole other level of softness. Like I don't think I've ever experienced anything like this. It feels like a cloud is like touching me right now. Like it doesn't feel like bristles at all. Like putting this on my face, it's like a cloud just putting on my makeup. So this one is the It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection number 7 brush, and it's actually meant to be foundation and concealer. I don't really use this end, I'm not gonna lie. I mainly use this end, and I use it for cream products, so like cream blushes, which I actually don't have any in my video for last year because I didn't really use cream products last year, which is like random. But this one is the one that I think I used most last year. It is the It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe French Boutique brush, which is number 4. This brush is absolutely freaking amazing. It's so soft. I think it's like the perfect blush, like a powder blush brush. Like it just places the product so beautifully on your face, and it feels like a damn cloud. I feel like I'm blazing through this really fast, but I might not actually be. I think I'm just talking fast and talking for a long time, but like fast, quickly, but a lot. Covering a lot. Okay, we've moved on to body though, so we've finished makeup. So this is the same deodorant as I used in 2020, and I'm still using it now, to be honest with you. My 2021 favorite deodorant is Native. I've moved to natural deodorant in 2020, just because I could. And you know what better time to test out natural deodorants than when you're locked inside your house so no one else can tell if you smell. That is exactly what I did. So I made the move from like deodorants with aluminium in them to aluminium free deodorants in 2020, and this one was my favorite one that I found. And my favorite scent is Sweet Peach and Nectar, which it's just like super sweet and fruity, and just like it smells really clean to me, and I really like this smell. Like I love the smell of peach. This is my favorite deodorant. It's like the only natural deodorant that I found that works for me. Like saying that, you still sweat with this stuff because it's not antiperspirant, but this helps like keep the odor away for like about, I reckon it works for about 24 hours for me. I don't tend to like reapplying deodorant. I only like putting it on my clean underarms. So usually I think this actually works really well for like 24 hours until I shower like the next time. It's pretty good considering it's like a natural deodorant that like doesn't stop you from like sweating and, you know, clog up your pores and stuff like that. Anyway, I got this last year and I really enjoyed using it. It is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Dream Body Cream, which is a smoothing moisturizer. So it has like AHAs in it, I'm pretty sure. I really enjoyed this. I feel like it was a really nice moisturizer and it like hydrated my skin really well, and it smelled really nice. Like I love the smell of watermelon, and it smells like watermelon. I like exfoliating moisturizers because, as I said before, I have KP bumps on my arms, so I like things that smooth out that area. This did a pretty damn good job. Like I'm not gonna lie, I find it really difficult. Like I can't find anything that just completely like they go away with. Like no moisturizer I've found works that well, like that they're just like gone. Like I'm always gonna have like some bumps, but I feel like this did a really good job of like, you know, keeping them at bay and like making my skin feel actually nice and hydrated as well. So I actually really like this, and I'm definitely considering purchasing it again. It was a really good moisturizer, and if you like don't have KP bumps and you just want like smoother skin, I think this would be really nice for you. Like, and it would work really well. Just if you do have KP bumps, they're not gonna like completely disappear with this, you know. Just keep that in mind if you are looking for something that makes them completely disappear. And if you have found something that makes them completely disappear, please let me know down below because I am yet to find it. Speaking of Glow Recipe, I have a few products of theirs. Some of them I mentioned last year, and I'm going to freaking mention them again now because they're amazing. The Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist is the best skincare mist I have ever found. It's just the softest mist. It smells amazing. It makes my skin feel beautiful and hydrated. I feel like it makes my skin feel softer. I'm not sure if that's what it does, but it's like hydrating plus glowing radiance. So I don't think it's meant to smooth my skin, but it makes my skin feel amazing and I love it. I also absolutely freaking love the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask, which provides glowing radiance and a smoothing effect. This is so freaking good. I use it every second night because you're not supposed to use it every night, I'm pretty sure, if you look at the description. And you can use it as like a 5-minute mask, but I wouldn't waste it. I want my skin to absorb this shit. I don't want to like wash it off after 5 minutes. It's amazing. Like in the morning, I wake up and my skin just feels softer. If I've had like pimples and stuff like that, I feel like they're like a little bit better with this. Like I feel like it's like it takes away like some of like bad oils and it like unclogs my pores. I'm not 100% sure if that's what it's supposed to do, but that's what it feels like it does for me, and I honestly freaking love this so much. I also really do enjoy the other Glow Recipe products, if there's other ones that I missed that I said in 2020, but I've just grabbed these ones out today. So like Glow Recipe is probably like my favorite brand, I think. I love the majority of their products. Not all of them I would repurchase, but like more than 50% of the ones that I've tried I would repurchase, which is pretty insane. I really, really like them. I think they're stunning. But anyway, two other products that I freaking love from Glow Recipe are the Glow Recipe Avocado Ceramide Recovery Serum. So this one I finished. I just had to fish it out of my empties bucket, which is massive. When I bought this, I used it up so quickly because I loved the way that it made my skin look. Instead of just using it in the morning or in the evening, which is like how I usually split. Like usually I'll have like a morning serum and a nighttime serum. I use this morning and night because I just felt like my skin looked amazing when I used it. It's like anti-reddening, but I feel like it helped with so much because like I do have quite pink skin. I just feel like it helped my skin look so good, and it really did tone down my redness. Like I think with my like, because I get KP bumps on my face too, I think it helped here, but like I feel like it did other things as well. And I've actually purchased a second bottle now. I haven't used it yet though, but I've told you guys before I'm having issues with like eczema on my face. Like right now you might be able to see like my makeup is not sitting well here, and that's because I have like a pretty like bad eczema. My doctor said that ceramides are really good for like sensitive skin, for like protecting the skin barrier. So that is one of the reasons I repurchased this serum. I absolutely loved the way that it made my skin look, but the fact that ceramides are important for like regulating, like keeping my skin barrier good, I'm hoping it'll help me get rid of like my eczema, because I have gotten eczema here so much and it's like really annoying. But honestly, I love this. I love Glow Recipe. I love their serums. I love everything. Another Glow Recipe product that I freaking love that I'm going to repurchase is the Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm, which melts makeup and is smoothing. And this is the nicest makeup remover I have ever used in my life. It is like a balm. If you haven't used a balm before, I would highly recommend this one. It smells amazing, like it smells like papaya. Like you just get a little bit and you put it, like you rub it between your hands and then you rub it all over your face and it just like melts your makeup, which is how you use a makeup remover balm if you haven't used one before. And it's like very similar to an oil, but it's just like you kind of like, you make it into an oil consistency when you rub it on. It like forms that consistency. But this one, it does such a good job of removing my makeup, but that's not like the reason I love it. Like so much stuff can remove your makeup, but this makes my skin feel just beautiful. Like I feel like it's like hydrating. The way that it cleanses my skin feels like hydrated, it feels clean, and it feels smooth and just delicious, and it smells delicious. This is 100% my favorite way to remove my makeup. I would 100% recommend getting the cleansing balm if you are interested in trying it, because it just does such a good job. And like I said, I will 100% be repurchasing it. Next up, I'm moving on to a different brand. I'm going to talk about Indie Lee. So I want to mention their pimple treatments. So there's the Indie Lee Banish Stick and also the Indie Lee Overnight Banish Gel. I loved these products. I think they work really well for me to get rid of my pimples. This one I think I liked a little bit more, the stick, because like you could just dab it on and I feel like it worked really well to like, you know, kill the pimple bacteria and like get rid of my pimples quickly. And it was sort of like kind of gentle on my skin. Like it didn't hurt or anything like that. Also, this one was like I used as a day treatment. This one I used as a night treatment because this one comes on clear, and this one is more like, you can kind of see it in the thing. It's like a bit of a paste. This one I really enjoy, and I think it's a bit harsher than this one because this one does sometimes sting my skin, especially if I put a lot of product on and don't rub it in. Usually if I rub it in, it doesn't sting, but sometimes if I don't fully rub it in, because I'm like, I've got a massive pimple and I'm like, it will sting my skin a little bit. But that's the only thing that I have like as an issue with this. It like sometimes stings, but I think it does an amazing job of getting rid of my pimples. And I honestly am definitely considering repurchasing these. The only thing about this is like the brush has turned like a bit black at the end, and I don't know what that means, if it's just dirty or if it's like moldy or something. So yeah, I think I should throw that out. Hopefully it's not mold. Another Indie Lee product that I want to mention, I have almost finished. I think I've got one more use in it. It is the Indie Lee Eye Waken Resurfacing Mask, and it smooths my skin and is amazing. It's like a 5-minute mask max. So basically I'll like put this on while I'm in the shower. Like I'll wash my face and then towel dry my face and then chuck this on while I'm doing other things in the shower, like shaving or like washing my body or whatever. And this works so well, like so quickly, like it's 5 minutes, and when I like wash it off, my skin feels freaking soft and amazing and beautiful, and I absolutely love it. And I'm definitely thinking that I'm gonna purchase it again. And also it's purple, which is like my favorite color. Okay, so next up we have the Tarte the Kissu lip mask, which is like a lip balm sort of thing. This I've been taking to people's houses. Like when I stay the night at their house, I will use this as like my nighttime lip mask, but also sometimes I'll just chuck it on as lip balm. It's like very soft and hydrating and delicious. I think this is only a travel size version, and it smells really nice too, like floral. But I've been really enjoying enjoying this, and it makes my lips feel really lovely and soft after. This is my favorite like lip balm from 2021 and this year really, I think, as well. But anyway, I also wanted to mention this randomly enough. This is the Brightening Scalp Revival Stimulating Therapy Massager, which is a scalp massager. So basically I'll shampoo my hair and then I'll like rub it in to my scalp with this. And I've actually also started using it as like, if I get itchy in the shower, I'll scratch my back with it. It feels really nice. So it's like a body massager too, really. But I really like this. I think I only did a whole video with it in it this year, but I've actually been using it since like November last year, and I use it all the time. And I think this is like one of the reasons that I've had a lot less like itchy scalp, because I had like a really bad like dermatitis on my scalp last year. So for like the last half of last year, my scalp was just so freaking itchy all the time. It was horrible. But since like starting on this, I think it's like really helping with like just cleaning my scalp really like well. So I 100% love this and I would recommend it. Speaking of hair things, I also want to mention the Milkshake Volume Shampoo and the Volume Conditioner. These smell amazing. They're like really sweet and sugary. This is the shampoo and this is the conditioner, if I didn't say before. I don't know if I swapped my hands, but these are so freaking good. Like, my hairdresser got me onto these and I really like them. I actually think that these are the reason that my scalp got like kind of back to normal. Like, I could be wrong, but for some reason, like when I got my hair done by my hairdresser last year, I had such an itchy scalp, and then she like did my hair and she ended up shampooing it 5 times. 5 freaking times while I was there, because we had to do so much. Like, we had to bleach my hair to like remove the burgundy sort of color that I had in last year. So we had to bleach it, we had to color it, and then we had to like treat it, and something happened as well. So we ended up shampooing it, I think it was 5 times. And then I started using these like straight after, and I swear my scalp, it was like, it just stopped being itchy. And it was like these with this, I think this was all like something that I started at the same time, and I really feel like it did something to my scalp, and my scalp just stopped being as itchy. So I'm not sure if like what it was, like if she's a wizard and she like freaking fixed my scalp somehow, or if it was like these things, but I'm not gonna question it. I'm gonna keep buying these because like I really like the way they worked in my hair as well, and they made my hair smell delicious. And one more product for the day is actually an item of clothing I want to make mention, and I'm wearing them right now, so I can't really show you, but they are the leggings that I have mentioned previously. They are the Buff Bunny Rosa pocket leggings. I freaking love them. They are the comfiest leggings that I own. They are my favorite bottoms to wear comfortably, like out of all like the shorts, pants, like trackies, whatever I have, these are like my favorite bottoms to wear. I cannot recommend them enough. I only have them in Onyx Black at the moment is what it's called, but I am going to be purchasing them in more colors. But also they sell out really quickly, and I think they're often sold out of my size. So when they come in my size and they come in with colors and stuff that I want, I'm definitely 100% buying more. But anyway, guys, that is my final product. Oh my god, also I had this sit on my bench. This is one of my favorites from last year, the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA plus BHA Pore Tight Toner. Love this so freaking much. So that's another Glow Recipe product that I love that I forgot to mention before. But anyway, guys, that brings me to the end of the video. That was the final product, and I will let you know in the future if I've left anything out or if anything else is like my favorites. And obviously we're gonna have my 2022 favorites video coming to you so soon now, like in like 6 months, maybe just over 6 months, hopefully not in a year because then it'll be too late again. But I am so sorry this one is so late. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of these products, let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you would like to like this video and subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate that too. And hopefully I will see you soon. Okay, so this is the, I don't know what it's called. Oh no, wait, I have them in here. In the sachet. Ooh. What's it called? Scalp Revival. Why can't I remember this? This is the Brightening Scalp Revival Stimulating Hair Scrub. That's not it. Therapy Massager. So this is the Brightening Scalp Revival Stimulating Hair Therapy Massager. Why do I keep saying hair? So this is the Brightening Scalp Reviving Stimulating. So this is the Brightening Scalp Reviving Stimulating. we're gonna have my 2022, wait, we're gonna have my 2022, oh my god, it is 2022.